Okay, so this example problem was supposed to be in the video, and I didn't check the back of my notes. And then I was like, well, I already stopped the video, so that was the end of it. So we're going to add a fourth example. So this is another division example. We're going to say x squared minus 1. Let's make this more. Oh, there we go. That feels better. Divided by x squared plus x minus 12 divided by 3x minus 3 over x plus 4. Oh, but look, Miss Rice, why does your hand look like that? I don't know, guys. I'm in black and white today. I did not. My curls are very curly today, so they appear to be shorter. Yes. Actually, no, I just lied to you. I did get a haircut this weekend, didn't I? No, it was a week ago. It is. Yeah, it was, no. I don't straighten my hair because it takes effort. So, yeah. I could maybe find a picture for you. Okay. It's, when it's straight, it's like this. All right. So, what do I do? Yeah. So, keep it. Change it. No. Ah. Oh, okay. Flip it. Okay. And then what do we do?
You foil?
And no, we don't foil.
How do you foil?
Then we keep the first one the same. Change to a multiplication problem, flip the second fraction, and then, based on what we did yesterday, what do we do next?
You gotta set defoil.
Defoil, unfoil,
Unfoil.
factor. Factor
Yes.
is the word you're
Yes.
looking for.
Yes.
All right, so unfoil. All right, so what do we do to the top? Okay, so x plus, awkward, 1, okay, x plus 1, x minus, okay, so that was the difference of squares. And then for the bottom, this is not showing up very well today. Is it showing up? Okay. And then for the bottom, we're finding something that multiplies to negative 12 but adds to positive 1. X plus 4, x minus 3. And then how about this one? Take out the 3, and what do you have left over?
3x minus 1.
X minus 1, okay. And then from there, what do we say?
You can cancel the x plus 4.
Okay, so x plus 4 and x plus 4, x minus 1 and x minus 1. So x plus 1 over 3 times x minus 3. You can distribute if you choose to, so x plus 1 over 3x minus 9. Both of those answers are good. All right. That was fun. Well, let's not stop the fun there. Let's do another.
Oh, that's not.
You guys are so funny. You guys are so. But for real, we're gonna do another one. Okay. So this one is gonna be x squared minus 36 to the negative 2. Oh shoot, son. Over x minus 6 to the negative 2. Yeah. Woo, yeah. And then we're going to have x plus 6 to the negative 1. And then we're going to have, sorry, I'm making it up right now, if you couldn't tell. And then we're going to have x squared plus 7x plus 6 to the negative 1. Ms. Rice, why are we doing this? Because I looked at the released EOC exam, and I saw a question like this, and I was like, oh, that's so dumb. Now I have to do one of those. Yeah. There's one like this on the. So as I've been teaching you guys throughout the year, I have regularly been going back to look at the Math 3 EOC because they give us a list of like concepts that to teach you guys, right? But the list is like written very formally, you know, like it's like, I'll tell you, I'll answer that question in a second. So there's like all this stuff about the EOC, and the EOC for Math 3 is relatively new, right? Like last year was the first year of it, I believe. So as I've been teaching, I've been looking at all the things I'm supposed to teach you, but I've also been looking at the test of the EOC, like the released version that they sent out, just to see like, okay, these are the concepts, but how did they put them into problems? And I keep finding these like weirdo problems, and so then I make sure that when I teach you guys, I throw some of that weird stuff in there so you guys can see it ahead of time. So yeah, so this is one of the weirdo problems they had where I was like, okay, if you want to, we can do that, so we're gonna do it. And you'll be like, oh, I guess that makes sense. Okay. And then we'll go back to normal. So the reason that we have a Math 3 EOC when they did not in years past is that, have you guys watched the news and they're like, oh, this high school has an A score and this high school has a B, and all the high schools get grades? Have you watched the news and heard that? There are different, they grade the high school based on how good they are, and there's a bunch of different things that factor into that. It's like, that how well the students do academically, but then also like how many students take honors level classes, how many students do CTE courses, their scores on CTE, the CTE, whatever the test is that they take. All sorts of different things go into that, and one of the things that factors into that is your EOC score from your Math 1 class, but most of you guys took your EOC in 8th grade, so your EOC did not count for high school. Does that make sense? So then they decided to have an EOC for Math 3 so that students whose EOC counted for middle school can take an EOC, because what that means is that the strongest students who had the best EOC scores, their EOC score did not contribute to their high school grade. So the high schools want those grades because they would help our school look better. So then they came up with the Math 3 EOC so that you guys can take an EOC in high school and have something that contributes. That's why you guys have it. I'm not going to make you the final. Yes. 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 If they didn't make it count as a grade last year, so we'll see what they do this year. Our grade could just be what we did. It could be the first and second quarter. Yeah. Yeah. So, but we are plowing forward, assuming that we're going to have the EOC, that it's going to count. Like, we know we're going to take it. We're assuming it's going to count. That's how I'm teaching you. Yes. Do you know what grade our school is? I have no idea. Because I think it's just so small. What would be a D school? Like the school I was at before this. But I'm bumped. No, it's like A, B, C, D, F. You know. Oh, there could be. Yeah. All right, so if we look at this is a little bit of a flashback to Math 2. I believe that's where you go over negative exponents. So let's go ahead and fix the exponents before we go ahead and do the rest of the stuff we learned this unit, okay? So what do I need to do with all my negative exponents? Like, move them to the other side of the fraction, okay? So the x squared minus 36 to the negative 2, that needs to move to the bottom. So x squared minus 36 to the positive 2, and then the x minus 6 to the negative 2 has to move to the top, positive 2. I'm not doing keep, change, flip yet, because I think all of that stuff all at once would confuse me. So all I'm doing right now is I'm fixing those negative exponents. So x plus 6 to the 1, x squared plus 7x plus 6 to the 1. Okay. So now I can go ahead and do the stuff that I have learned as a result of this unit, right? So we're going to do keep it, change it, flip it, right? So what I've noticed is that when students factor, they tend to start canceling like crazy. So before we factor, we're going to do keep it, change it, flip it. We're going to do keep it, change it, flip it, so that as soon as we are done factoring, we can cancel. Okay. So x minus 6 squared, x squared minus 36 squared, that's going to stay the same, and then multiply, and then I'm flipping the second one. Ooh, look at that orange.
Whoa.
It's real bright.
Oh, it looks different now.
Oh, because it doesn't. Did the paper underneath made it brighter?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so on the top we have x minus 6 and x minus 6, right? That's the top. Okay. What do we have on the bottom?
X squared minus,
X squared plus 6, x plus 6 squared times x minus 6 squared.
Yeah, so this is the difference of squares, right? So we know that the inside of the parentheses would be x plus 6, x minus 6. And they're telling us to do that 2 times. Right?
We have to write all 4.
Yep.
Yes. It wasn't fun.
Okay. And then over here, I have x plus 6 on the top. And then to factor the bottom, I'm looking for what multiplies to 6, but adds to 7.
X plus 1, x plus 6.
Okay. And then we cancel. It is a lot of canceling. X minus 6 with x minus 6. X minus 6 with x minus 6. X plus 6, x plus 6. That's it. Okay, so everything was gone on the top. It's 1. Okay, and what do we have on the bottom?
X to the third plus 13x squared.
Ooh, please do not, oh, don't foil that. Do not foil that. Okay, so what, whew, glad we stopped you there. What do we have if we do not foil?
X plus 6, x plus 1.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say x plus 6 squared because I'm lazy and we're at the end. Ooh.
Why can't I foil it?
David,
Ooh.
this has been all over the place.
Oh man, they would probably not do that for a multiple choice problem.
Is there a reason I can't foil it?
No, you can foil it if you want to.
I did.
Don't involve us. You don't have to put
It makes my...
You could say,
x plus 6 plus x
but not plus times for each of them. You could do
yeah,
that.
that's what I mean.
Yeah. Yep, that's fine. All right. So I'm assuming we are okay with multiplying, dividing. So if you don't factor several times this period, you're doing something wrong. Okay. If you don't factor several times this period, you're doing something wrong. I don't even have to look at your work, I already know. Okay. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna leave your notes on your desk. You're gonna grab a blank sheet of paper, put your name on it. Blank. Oh, actually, hold on. We got to do one more example. I'm sorry. Why am I apologizing? I'm not sorry. I'm teaching you. Get over it. Okay, I have to do one more type of thing because it happens on the activity around the room, and I want you to do it. Oh. All right. Sorry. One more problem.
Okay.
Okay, give it 1 second. It's gonna go crazy for a second, but I think the marker's gonna show up better. Here we go. I think that's better. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and start the problem. There's one little part that's like wrong. What's the one little part that's wrong? No, it's multiply. And it's this part down here. They're not supposed to write it like that. How are they supposed to write it?
Negative 6x plus 6.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and let's start factoring. So, if we factor the top, so GCF of 10x, and then what's left over? X plus 7, okay. If we factor the bottom, we take out the negative with the 6. Good. Take out negative 6 and we get x minus 6. Okay. Over here, we are saying what multiplies to negative 24, but adds to negative 2. No, because it's a multiply problem. So x minus 6. Did you hear that? I said x minus 6 and I wrote 4. Good thing this erases.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What? Mind blown.
Erasable mark?
I know it's a micro, but I still want to erase it.
You guys. But are you even surprised that I'm so cool?
I'm going.
Don't even be surprised. All right. What about the GCF at the bottom? 10x.
What's the point of having
Teachers are boring.
And then,
X plus 4.
dude, you can't.
She can't hear me.
I mean, I recorded it, so I'm just gonna.
Busted.
I'm gonna be like, yo, teacher friend, you want to learn some math today? All right. So, what cancels? Okay. So, our final answer is.
X plus 7 divided by negative 6.
Okay, but most mathematicians would probably move the negative to the top because that's just how they like it. Yeah. And then you might not even see it written with parentheses on the top. What could it maybe?
Negative X minus 7.
Yeah. So I could see either of those answers. Probably not going to see this one. Probably going to see one of those. Okay, somebody has to answer it. It's not me. You have to say, Miss Rice's room, student speaking.
All that I just found was hilarious.